Hello guys, I am Shanmugapriya, lecturer in SNS College of Allied Health Science in the Department of Operation Theatre and Anesthesia Technology. In this class, we will be continuing with the topic basic terminologies, under which we are going to see about body cavities. So body cavity is a space or compartment in the body that houses organs and structures. These are called as body cavities. Body cavities are specifically divided into dorsal and ventral cavity. So dorsal is the cavity in the back of body and ventral cavity is the cavity in the front of the body. Under dorsal cavity, the dorsal cavity is classified into cranial cavity and spinal cavity. In ventral cavity, thoracic cavity and abdominopelvic cavity. Under thoracic cavity, we have pleural cavities, mediastinum and pericardial cavity. In abdominopelvic cavity, we have abdominal cavity as well as pelvic cavities. We will be seeing about each cavity in a detailed manner in this section. So cranial cavity. Location, it is superior dorsal cavity enclosed by skull or cranium. It houses brain. Fluid, cerebrospinal fluid. Membrane, meninges. Spinal cavity. Location, inferior dorsal cavity. It is enclosed by vertebral column. It houses spinal cord. It contains cerebrospinal fluid and it covered by meninges membrane. Next we have thoracic cavity. So thoracic cavity is present in the superior ventral cavity. It is enclosed by ribcage and vertebral column and sternum. It houses heart, lungs, trachea and esophagus. Pleural cavity. Location, right and left thoracic cavities. Houses lungs. Fluid, pleural fluid. It is covered by visceral and parietal pleura. Mediastinal cavity. Location, middle thoracic cavity. It houses heart, trachea, esophagus and great vessels. It is covered by parietal membrane. Pericardial cavity. Location, it is present in the mediastinum. It houses heart, fluid, pericardial fluid and it is covered by pericardium. Next we have abdominopelvic cavity. Location, inferior ventral cavity. We have two classification under abdominopelvic cavity. One is abdominal cavity, another one is pelvic cavity. Abdominal cavity. Location, middle ventral cavity. It is enclosed by ribcage, muscles and vertebral column. It houses stomach, liver, spleen, pancreas, kidney and intestines. Fluid, peritoneal fluid. Membrane is peritoneum. Next we have pelvic cavity. So pelvic cavity location is ventral cavity. It is enclosed by pelvis, pelvic floor muscles and it houses bladder, reproductive organs and peritoneal fluid is present in the pelvic cavity. It is covered by peritoneum. And in this section we have seen about the body cavities, under which there are two types of body cavities, dorsal and ventral. Dorsal is the cavity that is present in the back of body and ventral is the cavity that is present in the front of the body. Under dorsal cavity we have cranial and spinal cavity. Under cranial cavity houses brain and spinal cavity houses spinal cord. In ventral cavity we have two specific cavities. One is thoracic and another one is abdominopelvic cavity. In thoracic cavity we have pleural cavity which houses lungs, mediastinum which houses trachea and esophagus and pericardial cavity which houses heart and great vessels. In abdominopelvic cavity we have abdominal and pelvic cavity. Abdominal houses liver, stomach, pancreas, and intestine. Pelvic cavity houses bladder and reproductive organs. Thank you.